It's time now for Board Games, brought to you by John Sewer and Drain Cleaning, the name to know when the drains don't flow. And Ted, I am fired up for this week's edition of Board Games because we are talking about a Patriots run game staple. Been waiting for this all year. It's crack toss, and we've got Trent Brown, Mike Onwenu, all 350 pounds of them, and Jonnu Smith on the right side with Jakob Johnson in the backfield. Yep. So if all the beef is over here, Ted, why is the crack toss working so well going to the left?
Yeah, because the Patriots have the advantage in the numbers right here, okay? And so they put their beefy guys out here. And to the defense, this looks like the running strength with all these big guys on this side. However, how the Patriots do it, if you were to just draw a line down the middle of the formation and you were to count the guys on this side and count the guys on this side, on the right side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys, okay? So they have plenty of guys for the attention they need for the big guys over here. They only have 4 guys on this side, and so the Patriots do a really good job of scheming that and running the crack toss sweep to the open side, which is the side that doesn't have the tight end side, okay? So it's theoretically, it's the weak side of the running formation. But what they do is a great job at the crack toss sweep right here. They put N'Keal Harry, who's excellent at doing this crack block right here. So he's kind of just a few feet away from the tackle right here, and that should be a trigger to these defensive linemen. Watch the crack. But this D lineman goes right upfield. N'Keal Harry cracks him perfectly. The tackle pulls around right here for the cornerback and blows him off to the sideline right there. Jakob Johnson, a stud. He comes barreling through here, and this linebacker meets him in the hole. He meets him in the hole right here, and he gets blown up right here, all right? And so these linebackers, they start pursuing too, and these guards, they do a great job of slipping and scooping, and they get up to the second level, and these linebackers over-pursue, both of them on the backside. So they see the crack toss right here, and they just start running. And so all the pursuit is going this way. And then Micah Hyde right here, the moment of truth. He has a chance to make the play. He doesn't. And what happens right here?
Ted, it looks like you got too many bodies too far left for Damien Harris.
So Damien Harris, he sees it. As he catches the ball, he sees all these guys over pursuing. And what happens? There's a natural cutback lane right there. And all these guys over pursue. And he cuts back. Perfect seam. Doesn't even get touched, Phil. Perfectly executed crack toss sweep to the open side, the weak side. And it was the first first points of the game.
Huge day for Damien Harris, huge day for this offensive lineman, and a big day for Jakob Johnson. Nice to have that fullback right there in the I formation, Ted, because if you wanted to, you could run it in either direction. The Patriots hit it left that time for a 64-yard touchdown. Back out here for Board Games, brought to you by John Sewer and Drain Cleaning, the name to know when the drains don't flow. And Ted, we just heard from Myles Bryant there talk about how the Patriots were bringing pressure in this 4th and 14 situation at the end of the game. He was in man coverage on Cole Beasley, but illustrate it for us. Show us how this one worked. What was the call here, and why were the Patriots so aggressive?
Yeah, they were aggressive because they wanted to get the ball, force Josh Allen to get the ball out fast, okay? It's 3rd and long, and so these DBs, they're kind of
4th and long, right? It's 4th and long, right?
Excuse me, 4th and long. So they're lined up deep in this play right here because they have to protect the first down marker, and they also know that the ball is going to come out fast. Why? Because the Patriots are going to bring more rushers than they have blockers, all right? So you have the 5 interior linemen right here, and then you have the tight end and the running back who are also eligible receivers. They stay in to block, all right? So there's 7 guys to block, 8 guys from the Patriots, and they bring all 8 right here, okay?
That's a zero blitz. That's what the zero blitz is all about, right?
There's no safety help in the middle. And the vulnerable place in this coverage is right in the middle, all right? So the pressure's got to come fast to force this ball out so they can come up and make the play, and that's exactly what happened. They all blitz, all come to and rush on this, and they pinch, they slide this way, and so the one guy that's open is Devin McCourty, and he applies the pressure. The quarterback feels the pressure, and he goes to the second post route. It's a double post right here, and this is Myles Bryant, who has Cole Beasley on the inside, okay? And when he's anticipating, Myles Bryant even said after the game, he said, I knew that it was an all-out blitz, and so the ball's going to have to come out fast, and so I can anticipate that and make a break, and so he does. One other thing that's kind of interesting about this play is Devon Godchow, who had a great game. He fakes his rush, and then he drops out into the hole.
Right, the big man in coverage.
The big man's in coverage. He had 10 tackles, and he's in coverage. It was unbelievable. And this is, so to preserve, and he crosses right here. And I think him dropping out late makes the quarterback feel like he's got to go to a second option right here. And Myles Bryant comes off of his coverage, Cole Beasley, and makes a play on the ball to seal the win. All out, zero blitz. Myles Bryant making the big play, and Devon Godchell getting work in the middle, and it was perfectly executed play. Risky play, but they executed it much better than the Bills did.
Ted, we've talked on this show about how the Patriots in recent weeks have gone to be more of a zone coverage team, but on that play, with the game on the line, they go man-to-man, they bring pressure, and clearly, it worked out. Okay, so we know the weather had something to do with it, right? But give the Patriots defense some credit where it's due. Josh Allen, a season-low 145 passing yards on Monday. He completed a season-low 50% of his passes, and when he was under pressure, 0 for 7 for Josh Allen. He had 39 yards rushing, but more than half of those came on just one play. So how did the Patriots keep Allen in check? Time to show you with our next Ted-Nique. And Ted, we hear some of these terms quite a bit from Patriots players, whether it's we have to keep them in the well or crush rush. They all deal with the same thing, which is forcing the quarterback to stay in the pocket. How did the Patriots do that to Josh Allen?
Yeah, you know what's interesting, Phil, is a lot of teams, they don't want their players to have controlled rushes, if you will, all right? They like to just let their guys go, all right? Well, if you do that and you're playing a mobile quarterback, the mobile quarterback can find the seams and out-leverage you and make big gains. And so they were worried about Josh Allen rushing the ball, tucking the ball, and scrambling. And so what they did for most of the game is have this controlled rush. And there's one play in particular I want to talk about. It was right at the 2-minute warning in the second quarter. It was a 3rd and 3. The Buffalo Bills had it about midfield, okay? And it was Matthew Judon came free off their edge. So there was pressure off the edge, and he came free and hit Josh Allen from behind.
Huge shot.
Yeah, huge shot. But on the front side, I'm going to show you what Kyle Van Noy did. So he was opposite Matthew Judon, who had a free rush, who hits Josh Allen. Josh Allen gets the ball out. But here's the thing. So, Phil, you're going to play the tackle. Okay. All right? And so this was important for the outside linebackers in this game against the tackles and tight ends to keep Josh Allen contained. So as a rusher, what a lot of times they like to do is once they get into the rush, they like to do counter moves, all right? They like to spin, they like to do that, they like to and they run upfield trying to get around the guy. No. The Patriots are told, just go down the middle, all right? Go down the middle, don't make any counter moves, and just stay right here so that you can spy the guy. So Kyle Van Noy, for most of the game, he would just get into this kind of pass rush right here, and then he would like slough off when Josh Allen was about to throw the ball. And on this play, I'm talking about the 3rd and 3. Judon hits him from behind, and Kyle Van Noy jumps up and tips the ball because he had a controlled rush. He saw Allen go back to throw. He jumped up, tipped the ball.
And you're better off doing it that way as opposed to tearing up the field and leaving an open gap for somebody who's as athletic as Josh Allen is.
That's right. And Bill has no patience for guys that are undisciplined rushers.
It's time now for Ted-Nique, and you know we're breaking down this running game even further. We brought out our buddy Tom Giles to help us out with the Ted-Nique today. And Ted, you're going to tell us why it's so difficult to handle this Patriots running game because of all the moving pieces that they have along that offensive line, whether it's the tackles pulling, like on that Damien Harris touchdown, or the guards pulling. There's a lot for linebackers, in this instance, to deal with.
Yeah, so Phil's going to play linebacker. I'm going to be the guard in this instance, and my boy Tommy Giles is going to be the running back. So the guard, believe it or not, people might find this hard to believe, the guard's the purest read in football, okay? And as for a linebacker, I played linebacker in the league 10 years and 4 years in college. I was always looking at the guard at the start of every single play. He will tell you where every run is going. He will tell you if it's a run. He will tell you where the run is going. And when it's a pass, he'll tell you it's a pass. He just doesn't tell you where the pass is, okay? So I'm just going to give you a few kind of examples of what the guards do and how the linebackers are supposed to play it. And the guards for the Patriots do a great job of getting out and pulling, and they're tough at the point of attack. And so I just want to show you some of the typical plays that a guard does that the linebackers have to compete against.
All right, so hit us. What do you got for me? I'm going to be Ted Johnson. I'm a middle linebacker. You're going to be a guard.
I'm going to be a right guard. I got a center right here. Tommy Giles is in the home position as the running back right behind the center. I'm just going to do your basic block down, okay? And so as the guard, he blocks down. You see his ear. Once you see his ear, Phil, you fill. All right? That's the rule for the linebacker. Guard blocks down, you see his ear, boom, you fill the hole. Usually lead draws, okay?
Okay.
I'll give you another play for the guard.
All right, I'm reading you.
All right, so if I'm the guard and you see me, there's pre-snap kind of tips you can get. If I'm kind of leaning forward, Phil, all right, that's a good indicator that I might boom, have a direct read. And then you got to, as a linebacker, see that direct read, boom, and fill that hole and push me back into the hole to create a wall.
I'm dishing out the punishment tonight.
That's right.
I just want the people to know that it took 3 months, but finally I've got my shot.
Okay, so
Let's go. Give me another.
That's right. You want more? You're going to get more. So this is a G lead. The G lead, the Patriots ran this with a high level of success all night. They pull the front side guard, okay? And they were doing that all night, to the right side, to the left side. So it was Ted-Nique, it was Shaq Mason, all right? So this is a G lead. On a G lead, the guard, again, will tell the linebacker where the run is. At the snap of the ball, boom, he pulls. He pulls around, and it is a race to get upfield for this guard to meet the linebacker in the hole. If the linebacker can read it fast enough, he'll get upfield and hit him before he can turn his shoulders, okay?
It's a lot for linebackers, though. Ted, there's a lot for me to deal with. I'm trying to figure out, you're going north-south, you're going east-west. I have to be able to diagnose in real time.
That's right. And as I'm pulling, you got to get your eyes out and see what's coming in front of you, too, because guys are coming at your legs. Guys are coming down to crack block you, so you got to be aware of that. I'm going to be the backside guard.
Backside guard now.
This is a play the Patriots run. This is a play that I used to have to defend all the time. It's called a power Bobo, all right? The power is the pulling guard, backside. All right, and my job as a backside guard is to pull, boom, pull, jab, step. To time it up, he pulls around, is to get upfield and get this backside linebacker. And if I can get upfield and turn my shoulders, boom, now Tom has an easy seam to get up the field. So, in conclusion, the guards are very, very important to this running game. They will tell the defense where the run is going, but a lot of these linebackers in football right now, they're not keying in on the guards like they should. They look in the backfield, they get distracted, and so they're a step late getting to the point of attack, and that's where the Patriots are getting advantage on them.
To deal with these Patriots guards, you got to be disciplined, you have to be smart, you have to be athletic to be able to move
tough.
with them, and you have to be tough
and a little
at the
crazy.
point of attack, and the Patriots were clearly the tougher team on Monday night.